update on your guys, Josh, Bradley,
Josh is going to be listed as probable. We expect him to play. Eric Gordon as well. We listed as probable. Expect him to play. Bradley is out. Nurk is still out with personal. And Damian Lee obviously out as well.
Eric, probable, is it the same thing?
Yeah, just hip. It's a hip issue.
I mean, with Eric, it's his hip too?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of those guys probable. How big will it be to get Josh back in particular because of what he does?
We've missed him. We've missed Josh Okogie and all the effort and energy that he brings to the table, defensive disposition, primary matchups. Obviously, we got to figure out how to guard Luka and Kyrie tomorrow. So having him back would be a welcome sight.
Looking at Brad, what has he been able to do as of late?
Yeah, he did a little bit more than light shooting today. Did some of the non-contact part of practice today. Moved around a little bit more. Still hobbled, but getting closer.
Are you guys looking to? He wants to get back. Are you guys looking to stick to the schedule of reevaluating him in January?
Yeah, soon if he gets healthier sooner, then he'll be back sooner. But the expectation is it's probably going to be till January.
These last 11 games or so, you guys are getting a lot of in terms of attempts and efficiency.
Yes.
What do you?
Yeah, we've been talking about it. Shooting 25 threes in the modern NBA. It's not enough firepower to combat what we're facing on the other side of the ball. So I like that we're getting to the paint and the free throw line, but we have to shoot more threes.
What did you like about the look with Vogel out there the other night in terms of a rim presence?
Yeah, he's just a big, strong, athletic dude. You know what I mean? And you feel it. With his finishes around the basket, his physicality on the boards, and banging with the other bigs. So he gave us a big lift, and we'll see what he can do tomorrow.
With the Christmas game, what does that mean to be able to play on Christmas and maybe have the late night games so you get to enjoy a little bit of your holidays with your family first?
Yeah, it's always an honor, to play in the NBA on Christmas Day. It's part of America. Is waking up, opening the presents, having friends and family around, and having the NBA games on. I can remember as far back as being a young child. I remember getting a brand new TV when we were little, and I remember watching Michael Jordan play the Knicks, and on our new TV. It was just really cool, and so to be able to participate in it is very special to me.
Frank, I don't know how much you hear from family, friends, people around the NBA, but would there be a difference? Do you hear more during a 7-game winning streak or during a stretch where you've lost 8 of 11?
Probably hear more from people when you're winning. Yeah, people leave you alone when you're losing. But it's part of the nature of the NBA.
And obviously you go through those stretches, but how do you manage it yourself?
Try not to get too high and too low. We won 7 straight. I wasn't feeling like, hey, we're on the way to the championship. And when we've struggled of late, I don't feel like the sky's falling. You know what I mean? There are correctable things. There are many moves that we can make throughout the course of an NBA season. With how we're playing, who we're playing, what guys are out, when they're coming back, and you have to have a sense of urgency, but an even keel mindset, through wins and losses.
Coach, obviously, Nurk being out for personal reasons, how important is it to just give him that space, whatever he needs to get ready to be able to come back in his due time? How big is that for a team to have?
Yeah, it's just it's a human element. You know what I mean? You have to treat people the right way, and when you have something like this, you just want to be there for them and support them, and make them understand that basketball is secondary to life, and just be supportive. We do expect them back soon, and but in some situations, basketball is definitely secondary.
Curious with defending Luka. Everyone tries to find the equation, but he still finds a way to get it. What's the biggest thing you got to take away from him in your guard?
Well, I'm not going to tell the Mavs what we're trying to take away from them tomorrow. But you just got to try to break his rhythm, as much as you can, and make things as difficult for him as you can, as you would with any great player. But I mean, he's as special as they come. You know, with his ability to beat his own man. You know, read pick and roll coverages, read double teams. His size and vision with his passing ability is extremely unique, and his shot making is extremely unique. You know, so and he does it all at his own pace. Right? He doesn't. It's very difficult to speed up. You know, one of the best in the world.
When you go through a stretch where you have a couple of games where you have just really tough quarters, obviously this goes beyond just wins and losses, but how do you feel the guys are responding to adversity, especially since it's a lot of guys that aren't really each other?
Yeah, responding well. I feel like we're staying together. You know, we're pointing out things that are, you know, that need to be done at a higher level. We're pushing each other. Okay? Like Brooke said last week, trying to hold each other accountable. We're working together, you know, for solutions. And you know, it's healthy. You know, so I feel good about where we're at, despite some of the losses. Okay, there's been far too many losses of late, but I feel good about where the spirit of our group is.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
You know, to open up looks for him and, you know, put him in a position to do what he does. You know, nobody takes what he said personal around here. He's been in this for a long time, and he's earned that respect, and he has the talent to, you know, do what he's saying.
Well, I'm curious, when there's certain guys, certain situations where the ball swung to them and they're open and they don't take the shot, how much does that affect the offense when, okay, the shot's there, it's open, take that, as opposed to them trying to do something else with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think his game has turned to that in the past 5 years. You know, it's bad offense if you don't take the shot, because you usually get a worse look, you know, after you pass an open look. Yeah.
No, I wasn't speaking about him. I'm just speaking in general, in the offense in general, when guys pass up looks. How much does that?
Yeah, you have to be a threat out there. You know, there's very few guys that, you know, are able to capitalize with, you know, people laying off them and letting them shoot and find ways to, you know, maybe go dribble handoff with another teammate and get them a better shot. So there's ways, but, you know, everybody on this team, we want them shooting open shots.
You've been through a lot tougher stretches than this. What's the key, especially with a new group of guys, to kind of pushing through and handling this type of adversity right now?
Just stick together. You know, that's all you can do. You know, still learn through it. Learn through the wins, learn through the losses, like I've been saying, and you know, I think we're doing a good job of that. You know, picking little things up each game. Now it's just putting it all together.
Over this 11-game stretch, you guys are near the bottom in terms of three-point attempts.
Mm-hmm.
What do you attribute that to, kind of what Dwayne was talking about, or is there more to it than not being able to generate the same number of threes you guys were maybe earlier in the season?
Yeah, we have to look at it. It's obviously something that we're talking about. You know, we have too many good shooters, you know, in this gym, and too many guys that, you know, cause problems at the rim, that are lob threats that should open up threes. So, you know, it's definitely something that we're looking into.
Buck, you guys have becoming kind of a routine to play on Christmas Day. What is playing on that day like?
I mean, it's a dream. You know, it's definitely a nostalgia moment. You know, thinking back of growing up when, you know, right after you open your presents, just turning on the TV and you get hoops all day. You know, that's the last present of the day. And, you know, this year we're the last game, so we still get our morning with our families and time to lock it in by nighttime.
Just speaking of that, what games do you remember watching as a kid on Christmas that still stick with you right now?
I used to love the jerseys, the Christmas jerseys. I always say they should still go back to that. And I'd say most memorable probably Lakers Heat. Was that Kobe off the
Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the first one.
When Kobe did the game winner on D-Wade, was that on Christmas? The bank,
Glass,
top of the key, yeah.
Glass. I don't know. Was it?
I'm not sure. Yeah, we have to look into it.
Yeah. Gotta go look that
I like
up.
the jerseys.
When you're looking at Dallas in particular with Luka, what makes him the challenge that he is on the offensive end?
I mean, he does everything. You know, there's no weakness offensively. You know, if he's scoring in bunches, you know, he's also getting his teammates involved at the same time. And, you know, they've created a great system where, you know, when you try to put two on the ball and take away, you know, his scoring ability, he gets the other guys involved and gets him open shots and easy looks. So, you know, it's that balance of, you know, trying to, you know, limit it all. And it's a tough job to do.
I don't know if you saw that ESPN clip, but he was talking about your game, and he was a big fan of your game. So I was just curious, when you go against a guy like that in the playoffs and you have this sort of, not rivalry, but with a guy like that, what do you think about him and his game?
I think that's just another moment, you know, that proves, you know, what social media is about, and, you know, how people try to stir drama and, you know, look for anything clickbait. You know, me and Luka's respect for each other has been mutual and at a high level since he came into the league. So, you know, obviously a playoff series gets super competitive, you know, as every game does. But the world just takes it and runs with it. And, you know, that's fine. It's good for the game, good for traction, good for views. But, you know, there's no problem amongst each other. We just compete at the highest level.
Look, along the same lines, when there's a national conversation and people are talking about the Suns in a rut right now, do you start hearing from more people? Do people send you clips of people talking about the Suns?
No, not really. People know I don't really pay attention to that, so they just keep me out of it. They get frustrated for a minute. All my family members and friends come to me and are like, I don't know how you, because I feel I want to tweet, so I want to say something. But, you know, I've been in it a long time, and, you know, it's entertainment.
The spacing of late, because it just seems like it can get a little clogged up.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to take what the defense gives me, you know, what that gives us. You know, if there's an opportunity when someone's open, you got to give it to them, whether they're a good shooter or not. We just got to sacrifice and play with one another a little bit more. And I think that'll give us good energy, you know, to do a little bit better offensively and defensively when people know that they're open, they can get the ball, and defensively, you know, having that trust to really help each other. And it's really a trust thing.
When you look at the last 11 games, you guys have been at the bottom of the league in three-point attempts and percentage. What do you like attribute that to as far as the offensive flow? We're not talking about threes.
Yeah, we know it's a little bit of lack of movement, and the only way you can generate those threes is playing faster and really playing downhill. Because when you're playing downhill, focusing on the rim, and you know it's easy to make the right play for someone else. And I think when we get back to doing that, I mean, like I always say, I mean, sky's the limit for this group, because we definitely just need everybody at their best, and you know, you gotta have a mentality where it could be anybody's given night to do that.
You've been on a lot of different teams, gone through a lot of different highs and lows. What's the key to staying together during this type of stretch? It's a bunch of new guys, especially.
Yeah, it's all about understanding, you know, everybody's talents and tendencies, and you know, offensively, like I said, we can be as good as we want to be offensively, but it has to be helped by our defense, because those defensively, when you get a stop, you have to generate a good shot. And it's easier to generate good shots when you're playing really good defense. So we got to be as good as we definitely got to be better.
Your thoughts, Eric, on just playing on Christmas? How much does that mean to you and everything?
Yeah, it means a lot. Well, for one, for me, it's good personally because, you know, it's my birthday, and for two, you know, that's always a day where you're going to watch basketball. You know, all the premier teams are playing, and, you know, a lot of good players that people love to see. So, of course, that's a big day for everybody for basketball.
Eric, from the outside, it's easy for people to get concerned and worried about what's going on. I'm sure you hear some of the noise. What's it like to be inside it? Is it easy to not get like that, or is it hard to not get wrapped up in it?
No, it's just basketball. It's, you know, it's just tough with the type of team we have to be, and to, you know, to have some of these meltdowns and lapses, and we've had it for a long period of time. Like I've told people, it's funny how it's weird that we went from a 7-game winning streak where we looked like we were trending in the right direction into now not doing the things that we were supposed to. And so, of course, there's always ups and downs in the season, but the problem, I mean, you just don't want to have too many letdowns. So.
When you look at just even the last game, what do you feel like they could led to you only getting 2 shots?
I mean, we just weren't dictating flow and pace. As you say, Sacramento, they played their game. They played fast. They cut. They just played their game. And for us, we just didn't do that. And we got to have that where every time we come down the floor, the other team needs to be pretty much scared of us. And we got to get back to destroying teams. And but we'll get there.
One other thing I had was when you played on your birthday, obviously on Christmas, is it an extra thing for you to be playing on your birthday when it's a holiday, or do you even view it that way?
To me, that's more of a relaxed day. So it is weird. It is weird, playing on Christmas, but all the good games are on Christmas, and it's always good to be a part of.
How important are these next? You guys have 7 home games in the next 8 games. How important is it to just kind of maximize that? You guys put a lot of value into that.
Oh, it's very important. As you know, playing at home is you got to win games at home. That's very important, and we need to do that. And we know that we got a lot of tough games coming up, but we know what's ahead, but we really need to focus on us. That's really what we need to focus on.
Eric, not to beat a dead horse, but with Friday, as a scorer, it's like fourth quarter. Are you like looking around like, man, how do I only have 2 shots?
Well, things happen, and you can never just be frustrated over one game. Because I always look at things as a team as a whole. You're losing and you're not doing the things and personally you're not able to do the things that you want to do. So that's when it really gets frustrating, when you're losing and you're also individually not getting get a chance to do the things that you want to do. So that's what just been the complicated part.